Trashers and Stashers, hello and welcome. I am the Bearded Diver, and I'm accompanied by the author of the best-selling book, Dumpster Diving and Trash Picking, Dumpster Marcus. I think he's over there this time,
What's up, guys?
accounting to how we were oriented last week. This is episode 2 of our series Trash Talk. This is a podcast slash videocast. You can watch us on YouTube at Dumpster Marcus's channel or my channel. Links below depending on how you get here. If you'd like to listen to us on the go to Dumpster Kings. I think it's .podbean.com or /podbean. There'll be links below here too. You can listen to us while you're out dumpster diving yourself and you need some tips, tricks, and hints and all that good stuff. And as always, all proceeds of this will go to charity. Not sure which one. I guess we'll actually have to hit $1 before we can donate
Yeah, one day.
one day. Hopefully the sound is better on this one. We're both using headsets this time, like rookies,
Yeah, we'll get microphones one day.
maybe. So last week we had a Q&A, and a few of you guys participated. Let's see. Oliver S. asked, "What's the most bizarre thing we've ever found, and what's the most coolest thing you've ever found?" What would you say would have to be your most bizarre?
I don't think I ever really found anything bizarre. Yeah, I know.
Like
Dumpster diving, you think you would. I just find normal stuff in the trash. I never found any
body
weird thing.
parts.
No, never.
It's one of them things. People think dumpster diving, and you think, "Oh my God, nasty, gross." And yeah, there's gross stuff, but it's really not as weird and as nasty as you think. Probably the weirdest thing I ever found was I was looking in a book, like a bookstores or dumpster back there, backstage, whatever it is. But there was a book bag in there, and it had like a guy's IDs and check cards and all kind of stuff. I kind of wondered if somebody didn't kill him and like stash the evidence in there. I don't know where the body would have went. Maybe down in the ditch somewhere. But that's probably the weirdest thing. I did find a whole dumpster full of chicken carcasses one time. It's like they
Very
ripped
nice.
all the meat off of it. And it was just bone carcasses.
Hmm.
It was gross.
Yeah.
But what's the coolest thing you found?
Coolest?
That's a hard one.
Uh, I don't know. I find so much stuff, and a lot of stuff I do keep. Like, probably the coolest thing I would think is my PlayStation 3 kiosk I have in my game room.
I have one myself.
That's probably the coolest thing I kept.
Did you find it complete?
I actually found two, and I made them complete.
Let's see. That's what I did. I found two, and I found a third one, but it was so buried and beat up, I just left it. I kind of wish I'd have got the Xbox one I found now, but I don't even have room
Yeah,
for the other one. So it's kind of hard to say what the coolest thing I found is, because like yourself, I mean, you find so much stuff. What do you classify as cool? Like I found this craftsman saw the other day, which you guys will see in a video coming up. I think that's cool. Free tools. I mean,
yeah.
we can build with that. That's cool to me.
I love getting tools.
I mean, I know most people probably watch most of our stuff for video games. That's Super Nintendo. A lot I found was pretty cool.
A lot of people like watching my Tool Tuesdays.
Oh yeah, the Harbor Freights.
Yeah,
That's good stuff. I wish mine would throw stuff away like that.
mine never did. It actually never did, and then they just started doing it.
They must know.
They used to send it to like headquarters, and they used to destroy it there. But I guess it's probably cost too much money to start shipping it. You know, all tools are so heavy.
Yeah,
So they just started chucking it.
it's the way of the world. It's cheaper to just trash it than ship it and
Yeah,
have it destroyed reasonably.
yeah.
Well, we didn't have too many questions. I mean, we had a few, but we're kind of going to go on the theme of this episode. And this episode is dumpster diving only, I
Yeah.
guess.
All about dumpster diving.
All about dumpster diving. We're going to teach you how to dive. I mean, we're going to start from the ground floor because some of you guys are like, "I really want to get into it, but I'm scared." We're going to start here, and we're going to get all the way up here. And you got two sides here because, you know, we're both different divers. So get a little bit from both of us. Maybe you get some courage and go out there and do it. So,
Get some free stuff.
the free stuff. That should drive you and get rid of all your fears, period. Oh man, I can save money. Let's go. So, I want to dumpster dive. What should I do first? Let's go on the guidelines of your book.
Well, the first thing a lot of people say, oh, it's legal in my state. Well, it doesn't go by state. It goes by town or county. Like, I live in this town, and the town right next to me, it could be illegal. So you always have to do your research around the towns. Mine actually goes by the Lackawanna County. That's where I live. And I have it written down. I have it printed out. I go into my town website and I actually print it out because I got stopped by the cops a couple of times and they said, "Oh, well, dumpster diving's illegal." I'm like, "Oh, here's the paperwork." No, it's not. And they're like, "Okay." And they really don't bother me now. But my town, it says, let's see. My town says trash picking on public curbs for pickup is considered not to be protected under privacy laws, but trash on private property or locked up is prohibited and considered trespassing. So that means if you throw your garbage out to the curb for garbage pickup, it's legal for me to just go look through your stuff. But if it's on your property still or like in a locked container, yes, it's considered trespassing. But if you just throw your garbage out to the curb, I could go in and look.
That's
And
yeah, that's the same way in my area too.
I know towns that it's illegal. Like if someone threw a bike out or something, you can't even take the bike. It's illegal,
Hmm, that's
and
crazy.
that's
Most around here, it's all legal, and even if it said it was illegal, they're not going to waste their time in my area. No, that's my area, so don't take that
yeah,
as get on, like you said, get on your town or your county's websites, look the stuff up. I've gone as far as ask a cop, but like you just said, sometimes
yeah,
they don't know all the rules and regulations because that's a lot to know.
yeah. Because it's different for commercials. My town says dumpster diving is legal in commercial or store property if the dumpster is open. It will be illegal if the dumpster is in a fenced-in area, locked or chained up, or there is no trespassing signs posted.
Simple as
So
that.
I do know a lot of people that go into the dumpsters that are in like a brick enclosure and they're like, "Oh, well, it's not locked." Well, it still is considered trespassing because it's in a fenced-in area. It's
Yeah.
just, it's just like my property. I have a fence, but it's not locked. So does that mean you can just go in there and be like, "Hey, your fence isn't locked"?
See, that's a little bit of gray area. Some of us will be like, well,
That
okay.
is a gray area. I know a lot of people do dumpster dive in fenced-in areas.
I mean,
I
I
don't.
do it.
I don't have. I only have one fenced-in area, and it's Pier One or Pier One,
Yeah, Pier
Pier
One
One,
or
something like that.
something like that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have one, but they never have anything good. The only I have one GameStop that nobody ever sees on my channel because they suck, and Ulta. I hit one Ulta, and they're usually in
Yeah.
a fence, but it's not locked. If I got busted, I wouldn't lie what I'm doing. I mean,
It it would all depend on the cop.
that's
It
the
will.
whole thing. I mean, I have learned that honesty usually prevails because I mean they're not gonna arrest you first time. Not saying they
Yeah.
won't, but they more than likely won't. They'll be like, "What are you doing over here? Oh, you're dumpster diving. That's gross." Most times they'll let you go.
Yeah.
Don't do it again or come back after hours or I mean it's a ballpark thing. We can't tell you in the comments on our videos exactly what's going on in your area. You got to do your research, like
And
stated,
print it out.
and print it out.
Because most of the cops, I got stopped probably like 8 or 9 times, and this is going on 6 years of dumpster diving, and
That's
I go every night. So 365 days a year, mostly I'm going dumpster diving almost every day, unless it's raining. I don't go when it's raining.
I actually stopped a cop. I haven't I haven't ever been stopped really. I in my recycling bin I always hit is there's like here's my recycling bin, there's a police station, same
Yeah.
parking lot, and I was like, hey, do you guys care if I dive in here? He's like, I don't give a damn, get whatever you want out of there. But that's I mean just do your research, make sure you're legal. You don't want to go to jail for digging in trash unless it's something really awesome. Maybe
Yeah.
then I guess if you go to jail you're not going to keep it, so you don't want to go to jail for digging in the trash. All right, so we've done our research. Now let's go to the next phase. Dumpsters. What kind of dumpsters are we looking at? What dumpsters should we go in? What types of dumpsters? I think that's how it's stated in your book.
Yeah, well, there's all types of dumpsters. There's the trash compactors, which you can't dumpster dive in because you throw your garbage from inside the store. and then like compacts in a dumpster, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And then you got the fenced in areas, which is like in limbo. You don't know if you go in there or not. And then there's the locked and chain dumpsters. There's sometimes locks that go over the dumpsters. Like I see in your GameStop,
Yeah.
they have that
The
lock,
bar.
that the bar. Yeah, you're not supposed to pry them open because if the cops see that it was locked and you opened it, you could get in trouble.
Definitely.
And then the no trespassing signs, if it says, my one dumpster, it says no loitering, skateboarding, blah, blah, blah,
No
but that
dumping.
doesn't say dumpster diving. So
Yeah,
that's kind of a,
those are the areas. Not necessarily that, but these are the areas where if you're gonna get caught dumpster diving and get in trouble, this is where it's gonna happen.
yeah,
Like you said, if it's locked, I mean that's a chain on. Like I've got a Fred's, and it's got a chain that actually goes door to door, it wraps through the handles, and then comes around to have a lock. And then there's a few of them that are welded shut, and locks of all kinds. If you break those locks, that's breaking and entering.
yeah,
You wouldn't think it is. It's a dumpster. How am I breaking and entering? What am I going to steal out of here? Well, they have pride in whatever they have in there.
yeah.
It's breaking and entering. I mean that's against the law. And like the posted signs, if it says no trespassing,
Just don't even go there because
I mean
it's not worth
it's.
the hassle.
I mean yeah.
Unless you have a lookout. So, not saying you
Now
should, but
now you can go in the store. I do know people that go in the store and they're like, hey, I know it says no trespassing. All I want to do is go in here and look for stuff I can reuse or build with. Do you mind if you go in and ask and you get permission? Okay, but I mean it's like you said. If it's posted, it's probably not worth it.
yeah.
I mean, if you got to look out, then cool. But
Excuse me.
that's where that whole dumpster diving in the middle of the night kind of works in your favor.
That's why I love going at night.
But I mean, I've never 3 times maybe I've dealt with anybody dumpster diving. Like
Only a
people,
couple times, and they were just like looked at me weird. They're like, "Hey," and they threw the stuff away and they left.
I haven't even dealt with employees. I dealt with one. I was in Office Depot, and I'm about to go in, and a car pulls up, and he stops. He's like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "No, no, you can't." He's like, "Well, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm dumpster diving." And I look, and he's wearing an Office Depot shirt. He's like, "Well, there's nothing in there." I was like, "Well, go in the store and get some stuff and bring it back out, so we have some stuff to dive for." But other than that, that's the only employee I've ever. Well, one GameStop employee like threw the back door open, and this was a locked dumpster, and I shouldn't have been doing it. But the lids, they got the double lids or whatever. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about? I kind of pried the corner of one to look in there, and there was an Xbox. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. So I'm reaching in there, grab it, and bam, the door opens up. He's like, get out of the dumpster. But then he just pretty much talks about how he's tired of picking up all the trash back here from dumpster diving and all that. And that's where the main problem is and why dumpsters gets locked. Because if you're gonna dumpster dive, pick your stuff up. I mean,
Yeah. Be clean about it.
if you ever watch my videos, most times I'm in the dumpster because I can tear bags open, look through things, and then just leave it. But I have taken stuff out and opened it in the box. Just throw your stuff back in there, and most people don't care.
I picked up after so many people that because I have competition in my town, and I cleaned up after them because Staples they'd overfill the dumpster and people would throw the stuff out to go in there and they just leave.
Yep.
And then they started locking the dumpster, but now they're getting pretty lazy and they don't lock it anymore. So
That that's the main part of dumpster diving people haven't caught on to yet. Persistence.
yeah,
I mean, it may.
everybody says you're lucky. Oh, you're lucky getting so much stuff.
Nope.
It's like put that luck stuff back in your pocket because it's not luck. It's persistence. It's going every night. I don't go Wednesday and I get 6,000 things. I'm like woohoo.
Nope.
I go Monday to Monday.
That's the same way I am. Man, I'm a day diver though, but I like my recycling bin every single day. A lot of times, sometimes in the morning, but it's dark, so I don't take video. But every day after work, I'm there.
You have to.
Certain times of the week because I travel so much further to get to my main dumpsters. I don't get to hit them every day like you do. But I mean, it's persistence. It's not luck. You got to beat the other divers there, and you got to go. If you're not looking, you're not finding.
Yep,
Simple,
exactly.
simple as that. It's persistence, and like you said, they're getting lazy. So Like when GameStop started freaking out over all the games being taken and sold back, and they're really breaking stuff now and this and that. Yeah, it happens that way for a little while.
And then they stop.
But I believe in the American way of being lazy. Well, that was a few months ago. I'm not going to break this game. They'll just throw it back in there. They get tired of locking dumpsters because now it's a hassle to them. I got to go get the key from my manager and open it and throw trash in and lock it. It's just persistence. People get
Yep.
lazy. Stay on top of stuff, and you'll find stuff. Simple as
Yeah.
that. Now, next topic. We talked about this last time a little bit, but I guess we can go back through it or in a little more detail. Tools of the trade. What kind of stuff do we use? What do we need? What don't we need? Shoes? Do we need shoes?
Yes.
Okay, we need shoes. I've,
Safety first.
I've never jumped in an actual dumpster without shoes. I haven't done that yet anyway. I've done it with flip flops, so I might as well be barefoot. But what kind of tools do you prefer?
Well, it depends on the person. I would say gloves. I go at night, so you need a. I usually use a headlamp or my flashlight for my GoPro. You could use a grabber pole or a stick or something to get the bags if you're not comfortable jumping in the dumpster. I did see dumpster divers wearing dust masks
Yeah.
because dust and everything kick up. It all depends on the person. I like them in reusable bags, like they're made of cloth, and you put your groceries in it once in a while.
Yeah.
I like to put them in my pocket because you jump in a dumpster, you're not thinking you're gonna find stuff, and you find a bunch of stuff, and then you're searching around looking for a box or something to put all this stuff in. You can pull that bag, unfold it, and you have a nice bag in there. Milk crate.
Oh yeah.
If you're short, bring a milk crate, flip it upside down. You can step on the milk crate to look in the dumpster, and then when you're leaving the dumpster, flip it upside down, and you got something to hold your stuff in.
It's a double whammy.
Yeah. Bungee cords you should bring because if you have a car, if you don't have a truck, sometimes you find big items,
You got to put it on
and
top of
you
the car.
you got to put on top of the car. You bungee cord it down, and the best thing is probably a trailer.
Yeah.
That's my best tool.
If you've got a trailer and you know, like, because you pull a lot of scrap, a lot of scrap out of your dumpster. So if you know you're gonna get big stuff, just bring a trailer.
It depends on the one dumpster. Geez, I think I filled my truck and my trailer 3 times. I went back and forth.
Gosh, that's
That was
good.
like one of my best ones because
Uh,
it was Michaels, and they were remodeling.
it's all the
And
racks and stuff.
yeah, they had racks and the huge lamps that are like on top of the ceiling for light.
Oh yeah,
They had like transformers that were like literally like this big. They're huge,
that's good
and it was
stuff.
during the winter. I got like so much stuff there.
That's good stuff. I don't use gloves. That's because I'm lazy. I do use a lot of hand sanitizer and wash my hands a lot, but I don't use gloves. But like you were talking with the trash picker, when you get into dumpster diving, you're gonna be met with a dilemma. One, you're gonna jump in. Two, you're gonna try to hang over the edge and reach in, and you're gonna learn what pain is because you're gonna catch. Let's see if we can get all this area. It's just
Yep,
gonna hurt, and I know you've
it
done it.
does.
The ribs,
I done it hundreds of times.
and I mean, because sometimes you want to jump in there and you're like, well, it's just that one thing. Let me. But if you don't want to jump in and you really don't want to deal with the pain, just get you a trash grabber. I mean, some things might be too heavy to pull. Some things might be too full, and you just can't get around, so you have to get in it. But a trash grabber will save you pain if you don't want to get in there because you still think it's really, really dirty.
They sell them at Lowe's, Home Depot, Harbor Freight.
I ain't getting
It's a
anywhere.
nice big thing. It's metal. Don't get the plastic ones. They're just gonna break.
I like I like the ones I'm seeing now where people are mounting cameras on them.
I do like them angles.
I mean, I would do it, but then that's just more work for me. I'm lazy.
Yeah,
I do
I
carry
just
one of
jumped
the
in.
cloth gym bags. You know what I'm talking about, with the
Yeah,
strings you pull. I actually found that in the dumpster, so I was like, hey, let me keep it around. It's good for video games and things that are like yay big.
throwing all your stuff in.
Yeah, because you will be met with a dilemma if you dumpster dive a lot. You're gonna have a lot of stuff to get out of there.
Yeah,
Do you have a box? Do you have a bag? How am I gonna get it out? I usually just stack them on the lid of the dumpster and then deal with it after I turn the camera off. And I'm usually cussing by that point. Oh man, I should have brought a bag.
Yeah, it's always nice to bring something because a lot of people I know that dumpster dive don't park right next to the dumpsters like I do.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess people are trying to make it inconspicuous. What if I
Yeah,
park over here and walk? I get like 15 feet off, and that's just because I'm just like, and I go in.
I back my truck up right to the dumpster so I could stand on the tailgate bumper of my truck and reach in.
I see that's the way to go.
Yeah, I'm not inconspicuous or anything like that.
You're 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 just letting it all hang out.
Yeah, I got my dumpster Marcus Recycling big. My whole tailgate's wrapped. That has my number on it. I'm like,
They
I'm
know
just gonna. They know what I'm doing.
they know who you are. Oh, that's Marcus up there. We're not gonna worry about him.
Yeah,
All right, so that's some general tools. I mean, you can get what you need, use what you want. It's up to the diver, really. Preferences is all you. Times, times and locations. Now this is where we differ. I'm a daytime guy. Now why do I go in the day? One, I just don't like doing it in the dark. I'm scared of the dark. I mean, you ever been in a dumpster in the middle of the night and you start hearing stuff out there and you're by yourself and you're just like, what the hell is
yeah.
that? Well, you were a brave kid,
I
young
carry a
age.
gun on me, so
Yeah, me too. But shh. No, but I'm a daytime diver. In my heart, I feel it's more. I don't know what I'm looking for. Shady, not shady, because it's not shady. I don't think it's shady, but more. Oh, what's he over there doing? He's doing something shady. That's how I
I
feel.
understand what you mean.
That's how I feel at the dark. So I'm like, well, if I go in the daytime, it's broad daylight. You can see me clearly.
Yeah,
It's just what it is. And I mean, that's the most time. That's when I have the time to go do this. So
yeah.
I'm just a daytime diver. I have a headlamp because I used to do it in the middle of the night when I first started, but daytime's easier for me. You like the nighttime. So
Yeah,
locations. Where should we go? What would be the best dumpster, Marcus? Can hang on.
that's that's probably one of the number one questions I get asked.
That's the
Where do
same
I
for me.
go?
That's the number one comment I see. Hey, give me some tips. Where's the best place for me to go?
I
That's
always say, "What's your favorite store? What are you going for?"
that's where you got to start. What do you want to find in a dumpster? Do you want to find home decor? All right, well let's go to home decor shop like Pier One. I mean,
Uh,
Hobby Lobby. I mean,
Bath and Body, or Bath and
Bed
Bed
Bath
Bath
and
and Beyond. I'm trying to like,
Bed Bath and Beyond. I mean, what do you want to find? Ask yourself that question. Now, where can you find that stuff? What stores sell what you're looking for? Now that you know that, you've done your research. Let's go look at the dumpsters. Like, I think my Bed Bath and Beyond has a compactor. Can't find anything in there.
mine doesn't, but mine's 30 minutes away.
Yeah, so it's inconvenient, realistically, for what you're looking for.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's like he says, it's what you're looking for. And I'll even take it a step further. What dumpster should you look in? All of them.
everyone.
If you're gonna dumpster dive and you're like dumpster markets, if you're doing this for profit, you know, making money, look in every dumpster you find because even though the sign says no dumping, who says little Jimmy down the street's not going to take his whole PlayStation setup and just dump in that dumpster? Well, you're at a Dollar General. Why would you find a PlayStation in there? Why wouldn't you? You got to look. I
I
don't.
go to about 20 to 25 dumpsters a night.
That's. I mean, that's the best way to do it. You hit all of them, and you find what you find. Don't really have high expectations. A lot of times you'll
Yeah,
probably strike out.
yeah.
But that one time you check that dumpster you're not thinking of, boom, whole world blows up. You'll freak out.
It's crazy that sometimes you'll never find anything for weeks and weeks and weeks,
Oh
and then
God,
that one day they throw everything away.
everything. And I mean, usually, in my experience, some of the best finds I found have been, I call it people trash. And that's household trash. I bagged my stuff up. I don't want to leave it by the road, so I'm gonna take it down the street and throw it in the Dollar General dumpster. People trash is gold. Now you don't see me go through it a lot on my channel because I feel that my skills of gauging trash bags are pretty good. I know when something's in there that I want. That's kind of me. But I'm also not really doing this for profit as much. I mean, I'm starting to now. But when I bust a bag open, I'm looking for video games, any kind of electronics, stuff I can use. So it's all about what you're looking for. That's where you should go. And when you get there, look at all the dumpsters around it. It's a matter of time. If you get into this and find one thing, you're hooked.
Yeah, you get into it and you start finding stuff. You're like, oh wow, this is cool. And then you find stuff to keep, and then you see something in the dumpster. You're like, well, I don't need that, but why shouldn't I take it? So you take it, and then you start accumulating all this stuff. And that's what happened to me. I'm like, well, I'm just going to start selling everything. I started selling the better stuff on eBay, and then the crappier stuff I sell at my yard sale. And then I started taking everything. I started taking all the metal. I started taking everything that I could find. I just take it,
I mean,
and
it's
it's
there,
worth it.
there for the picking. And if you're looking for food, which we don't really dive for food.
Once in a while I do, but
I mean, if you got a good spot, you can. But I mean, there's an abundance of food. What's his name? Dumpster Dan or whatever. He
Dumpster Dan,
yeah, he kills.
he does.
He kills. Like
And
never spend money on food if you didn't want to. And it's awesome if you're. And that's the whole thing about food. People do get weary, which I'm weary of food in the dumpster, oddly. But most times it's factory sealed.
it's in a package.
A lot of it's in date, and if it's out of date, I mean, there's that window you can play by, and most times you'll be all right. So, I mean, most times. The one time I'll try to play by it, I'll get deathly sick. No more trash talk. But that's that's the times and locations. Ooh, the next topic, the fines. What will we find? Which I guess we kind of hit on that just then. I probably should have looked at that before I said it. But no, like I mean, just a small recap. You find anything and everything. People throw away everything. Good, bad, working, not working. Stores will throw away stuff. I mean, it's just you don't know what you're gonna find. You'll find anything.
You go to colleges when they're ending. Apartment complexes have dumpsters. Like a lot of apartments have just that one dumpster instead
Oh,
of throwing it out. I love going to them places. Colleges, I found so much stuff at colleges. Like college is over. All right, I have to travel, so many miles home. Well,
those
I'm not
scoots
gonna
home.
take this with me, and they just chuck it away. I found cash, like in college dorm stuff.
I don't need all this money. That's all the leftover tuition. They I mean, a lot of it comes down to the type of college because you got like your middle class college and you got like your rich end college. A lot of those rich end colleges will be like, well, I had this computer since the beginning of the school year. Screw
I
it.
don't need it.
And I mean, I've heard a lot of stuff with that going on. So I plan when school year ends. Oh well, when Christmas break hits and starts back up, and then when school year ends, I'm gonna be there.
Do you have spring cleaning in your town?
uh, that's year round.
We have like a set date. Like our town won't take anything that's. They only take food waste. Like they won't. If I throw, a shelf outside, they won't take it at all.
You gotta pay to.
Yeah.
No,
And so we have once a year, like soon as it starts getting warm, we have spring cleaning, and you could throw anything you want out, and they'll take it, but only in that week that's
Oh,
of your town.
so much good
So,
stuff. I bet.
man, I make so much money on spring cleaning, it's ridiculous.
No, we're pretty much year round. Anything you want to throw out, put it by the road. They don't like to take TVs. There's probably like 160 TVs if you go down my road out here. They're just, and I need to go out there and bust the yolks out of them and get all the copper, but
Yeah,
but
it's
which that's kind of where my recycling bin comes into play because you can pay. I mean, we all pay for trash pickup in my town,
yeah,
and they take anything. But some stuff they won't or they don't want to take. There's like certain days of the month, your section, your quadrant, they'll actually come through and pick up. And most people don't want that stuff sitting in their yard, so they just go to recycling bin, and that's where I
yeah,
come in and I find it all.
yeah.
So, which I found some grills and stuff yesterday, a bunch of stuff. People just
Grills are good.
uh,
Cast aluminum.
maybe I don't know. I'm still not even sure how to tell the differences in metal. We will have a scrapping podcast maybe next,
Yes,
and we will talk.
one day.
We will go into depth, and you will bask us in your knowledge. All right. So we found the stuff. We went out diving. We got a whole truckload of stuff in here. I'm talking sealed video games, consoles, computers. I've got everything back here. What do we do next? Let's sell it. Let's use it. Let's recycle it. Where should we sell this stuff? You got any tips?
Well, the best places I think is these Facebook groups.
Oh yeah.
There's so many groups that are like, oh, there's like, God, 30, 40, 50 groups in my town that are like
It's usually
just posting on everything.
it's usually quick sales too, because people's like, oh
It
my god, he's
is.
selling a computer for $50. Let me get that. I mean, they don't. It's like they don't think. They're looking for the deal.
So many people are on Facebook. I think Facebook's old to me. I like Instagram.
I deleted my Facebook years ago.
Yeah. I just have it because I have that Dumpster Marcus Facebook and
I've thought about starting one for the bearded one, but
so
Facebook, that's a good place. I use Craigslist, Let It Go, OfferUp, those kind of apps. I use that a lot, and I mean, a lot of times it's slower selling, but it works.
but
Like,
hey, want to make some money.
I mean, if you're not trying to feed your family off doing this kind of stuff, and you're just looking for some pocket change to buy that Zelda game for GameCube you've been wanting, boom, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
Now, yard sales, that's a quick way to get some cash. Or flea markets, if you're into selling a flea market. I go to flea markets. I don't sell in my yard, but I'll go to a flea market because it's usually get there at 5 o'clock, pay $10 for your table, and then that crap's gone by 6. If you've got good inventory. If you just got a bunch of bull crap, most times it'll sit. But I'm out there like, yo, you want that computer? Give me $10. Yo, you want this? Give me $1. I'm gone.
That's how I am too. I think at my yard sales, I show videos of a couple of my yard sales that I had. I don't think I ever made under $200. It
Nice.
was always over $200, and that's everything I sell is from the trash. I don't sell personal items.
It's good money.
And I used to sell. I'd put all like the cheaper, crappy stuff on the ground in my driveway, and I say fill up a grocery bag, the whole thing for $5, and people be like, the whole bag? I'm like, yeah, fill the whole bag up, give me $5. They're like, oh God, and that's how I get rid of all my stuff.
It's all about that deal. People want
And
that deal.
and the more expensive stuff you sell on eBay because you're not going to get what you want for something expensive at a yard sale. Someone's going to say, you're at a yard sale.
That's that's exactly where eBay comes in. Like what I what did I sell? Those hard drives. All those 2.5, 15 2.5 hard drives, ranging anywhere from I think it was 60 to 500 gigs. They're older hard drives. Nobody really wants them. Could I take them to the jockey lot and sell them? Flea market, whatever you want to call it? Probably not. People probably wouldn't pick them up. If they did, it'd be like 50
No.
cents, $2 a piece. But I put them on eBay, sold for $80 like that. eBay is the place to go if you want some decent money. Marcus can attest. Like that's
People that don't sell on eBay think it's hard, but it's. I'm not a computer person at all, and if I could sell on eBay, anybody could sell on eBay.
and I mean with the technology today, 95% of people have a smartphone. If you have a
Yeah.
smartphone, you can take a picture and post.
I do
Boom.
everything from my phone. I know people that actually, they have a professional camera and then they download the pictures on their computer and then they make the thing, you make their details look good. Like, oh, it takes me like 20 minutes to post something on eBay. Like, no, it literally takes me 3 minutes to post something. My detail is, great product. There's a little scratch here. It works great. That's my
Just
details.
quick and to the point, good pictures and done with it.
And it sells. Everything sells.
That's the way I've been. I've been instead of live auctioning, I'm just kind of stuck on a price. We're the best offer, and a lot of time, like those hard drives, somebody came in at $50. I was like, give me 80, and we'll see what's up. They paid it. We're done with it.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's where you can sell it. I mean, you can sell stuff any way you want. Sometimes I've sold stuff to coworkers or friends. Like, hey, I've got this TV over here. You want it? Yeah, let me get it. What you want? $20.
I did that before too. I posted something on Facebook. I'd be like, "Oh, look all this sweet stuff I found," and someone's like, "Well, how much do you want for that?" And I'm like, $20. And they're like, "Oh, I'll buy that."
I mean,
And I'm like,
I'll do a $20 deal all day long over anything else. If you want to give me a $20 bill, let's do this deal.
"Yep."
That's how I feel about it. So I found a bunch of stuff, but I don't want to sell it. I want to use it. Well, it comes into what you found. Like me, I'm after video games, so I'm either playing them or I'm collecting them. That's what I
Same
like.
here.
Computers, if you got a little knowledge in your head and you know how to work on them, you can bring most computers you find in a dumpster back, unless it's severely water damaged or they beat the ever living hell out of it. Probably can't use that again. But most stuff is usable in the dumpster or fixable with a little bit of knowledge. In this world with Google, you can Google anything. or
And
you,
computers sell good if you get them.
oh yeah, I've sold bundles of laptops, bundles of towers. I've sold them in singles. I mean, it's it's there if you're willing to deal with it.
My buddy from work, he fixes computers. So any computer that's has a really nice shell and like everything inside looks good, I give it to him. He fixes it up, puts Windows, everything on it like that, and I get so many flat screen monitors from
Oh yeah.
from my bank people that and all my customers that give me stuff, and it works. They're just like small 15 inches. I'll throw the printer everything together and sell for like 60, $80.
I mean, that's easy money. That's one thing that actually got me diving harder in the recycling bins because I was like, oh, these computer towers? What? Most people in the world have computers, but some of them still don't. And I'm like, maybe I can update it a little bit, put a monitor on it, and sell it for 30, $40. I mean, easy money, right? And
It
I've done
is.
it. I've done it. I mean, it is easy money. Well, so we're not selling it, we're not using it, but we don't want to throw it back in the trash can. So what are we going to do? We're going to recycle it. Where would you recycle stuff? Any any tips on that?
If I do if I do recycle stuff, I just donate it to Salvation Army.
Yeah, that's pretty much me. I'll kind of go through a little bit of a phase. I'll be like, well, I got these tools. I got them already. I don't need these. I don't really want to sell them because they're in kind of rough shape. Ask my friends, hey, you guys need some tools? They don't need the tools. And I just donate them to a thrift store or Salvation Army of some sort. Something benefiting somebody because most times they'll sell it for anywhere from $5 to $15.
Yeah. Salvation Armies actually donate to charities. Goodwills don't. The Goodwill, they keep their money and they pocket it. They don't donate anything.
Yeah, I don't donate to Goodwill at all.
And depending, maybe they'll donate to a charity like once in a blue moon, but they don't. They're in it for the money. Salvation Army is actually in it for charities and they donate stuff to towns and stuff like that. So Salvation Army, if you have one in your area.
Yeah, I got a little thrift store right here in town. I think it all goes back to like a soup kitchen
Hmm.
downtown. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's feeding people, it's helping people out. So that's where I take most of my stuff. And I mean, hey, if you take enough stuff, they'll give you a little slip for tax credit,
Yeah, they do.
which I don't take that either, but
I don't either.
it's usually not worth it. But that's a basic rundown from everything I got on my list. That's a basic rundown of dumpster diving in a hole. That's where you can go. That's how you should do it. Not necessarily how you should do it. This is kind of like a open guideline of how we do it. You know, anywhere from what times, what we use, days, what you can find. That's the basic idea of how dumpster diving is. Hopefully, what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say one more thing about dumpster diving. A lot of people, it's legal in my town, but I like to go at night because, say, if you're there in the morning and a manager comes out and says, "I don't want you dumpster diving in my dumpster anymore,"
Call.
it's legal. But if the manager tells you no, it's you can't go there anymore. They could actually call the cops on you. If they call the cops on you, the cops could actually, if they want to press charges and stuff, they can. But people be like, "Oh, well, it's legal." Well, you got caught, and the manager said no, and he's pressing charges. That's why I go at night because no one's gonna come out and say, "Oh, this is illegal here," because the cops even said, "Well, the manager doesn't want anybody dumpster diving here." I'm like, "Well, the manager physically didn't catch me, so he can't just say, 'Police officer, anybody that you see here, arrest them.'" Well, how would I know that? No one told me. And the officer was like, "You're from this town, right?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay." And he left because he knows he can't do anything
Yep.
unless I got caught.
Yep.
That's why I like going at night because
That's That's usually why if I get caught, it's all about the honesty factor. Look, I'm just doing this. This is what I'm doing. I'm not trying to bring these Like GameStop's the main one you're gonna get
Yeah.
caught if you're gonna get caught. I'm not taking these out and bringing them back in your store and selling them to you, which is a douche move. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Not calling anybody out. But anyway,
I know
that
people that did that, and
yeah,
I unsubscribed to their channels because of it.
it's. I mean, it's cool. If you can find it and it's in good condition, and you can sell it and make money on it. Do it. Just don't be a douche about it, man. Don't
Don't
rub it
bring
in
it back to
people's
the
face.
stores.
And if you're going to, just don't be a douche about it. It's simple as that. That's how I feel.
Yep.
You apparently feel the same way.
Yeah.
But I mean, just pay attention to what you're doing out there. Watch your regulations, rules. I mean, watch your safety, watch your health. I know people talk a lot about me not using gloves. Apparently, that fell on the floor. About not using gloves and needles and stuff. I've never really found anything like that. Not saying it can't happen,
Yeah.
but same time in my mind, I'm watching as I'm diving. I'm not
Yeah.
just reaching, pulling from the bottom. Like it's all top sifting. Not saying that's the perfect way to do it either. But, it's just pay attention to what you're doing, pay attention to your rules, regulations. Don't break in and entering. It's not worth it. Don't trespass if you if you want something so bad, just don't do it.
Yeah.
But you can do what you want to, and if you get arrested doing it, let me know because we will totally talk about it.
Yeah.
But that's the basic idea of this show for this one. You want to know about dumpster diving? I know we both get comments every week.
Yeah.
Here's picking our brain. This is how we think. This is what we do. Like we said, this guideline is mostly from Marcus's book. There'll probably be a link down there. If you should want it, go buy it.
It's
Maybe
only $2.99. It's on Amazon.
maybe we can get him to sign it for you.
It's a digital.
It's a digital.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? Maybe we can give away these notes. I don't know if we can see them. Kind of the show notes. Maybe we'll give it away to one of you guys if that's something. Because I know you probably. I don't know if you get it too, but I get asked a lot about sending posters and autographs and stuff. You don't get
No.
that? Well, maybe I'm bigger than you, Mister 6,000 subs. What's up? What's up, homie? No, we had a guy comment last week on my video, I think, and he was wanting something signed by both of us.
Actually, someone I just got a couple weeks ago. I showed that I got a Super Nintendo at a yard sale, and he asked if I still had it and if I would sell it to him and sign it. But
Hey,
I told him I already sold it. Sorry.
come on, Marcus.
I sell stuff so quick.
Yeah. Well, it's that whole delay we have too. Like my videos are so stretched. I'm sure yours are too.
Yeah.
But I'll give this away. This notes. If anybody wants it, I don't know what should we do. We'll just pick a name randomly. If you want these notes and you made it this far into this show, say something. It's almost what is this 48 minutes, 46 minutes.
Yeah.
Say something below. Tell us you want these, and we'll pick somebody next time. Maybe I'll sign it and mail it to Marcus, and he can sign it, and then we can ship it to you.
Yeah.
As always, this is for charity, so help us help kids. Share this everywhere you can. Go listen to this on was it Podbean, Dumpster Kings.
Oh yeah, that's us.
That's us. DumpsterKings.podbean.com. Listen to us on the go. The bearded one always says like, subscribe, or don't. Any final words from you?
Have a scrap and good night.
See you guys.